Last up we have eBay. People say St. Paul is confusing to navigate, but eBay has never gotten lost driving around it. Oh wait, must be the GPS in his phone. But still, even before the advent of so-called smartphones, he did just fine. The more he reads about St. Paul through the almanac, the more he loves the city. eBay writes poems, essays, and other things. They are always stories about Guinea, Sierra Leone, and America. They are all his home. He has been honored with a few awards for his writing, but he doesn't feel like showing off to you right this minute. You may find out more about him at his website, www.atlanticrock.com. If you are at all interested, please welcome eBay.
Hello, how we doing? Coming here, I was debating whether I was going to just read the piece in the almanac or try to do another piece, just mix it up a little bit. And I came here with the intention of reading one, and then you had to go and mention Minneapolis and St. Cloud, so that just kind of, give me an idea there about the piece, because my Minnesota life started in St. Cloud, then I moved to Minneapolis, so that just reminded me. So it's a piece that was inspired by that same Highway 94 between St. Cloud and Minneapolis. Stone in my shoes, sun in my eyes, everything I do, oh, I do it twice. Stone in my shoes, sun in my eyes, everything I do, oh, I do it twice. It took me 6 years to get a 4-year degree in IT, right after the switch went sour. So I got a job at a nursing home paying $7 an hour. Moved to Minneapolis, 70 miles one-way commute to that same job in St. Cloud, because even at $7, it was more than the rejection letters I got from employers that required 3-year experience for entry-level positions. It gets better. I got a 50-cent raise, raced to the car dealer, got me a brand new 10-year-old Nissan Altima. 6 months later, the transmission dropped in the middle of the highway on my way to asking my girlfriend to marry me. She said yes. First she said no, then she became my wife, my lucky charm. 50% raise, we raced to the market, got a slice of the great American pie. Little house, minus white picket fences, but with our names engraved on the mailbox, we were quite happy. 6 months later, we woke up from that dream with our pillows soaking wet. Now that house is so far underwater, I need knuckles to clean out the gutter. Stone in my shoes, sun in my eyes, everything I do, oh, I do it twice. Next to the highway, I take the frontage road from DC to California in a wooden boat, paddle upstream from Egypt to Ethiopia, across the mirror on my way to Victoria. It's the games we play, the universe and I, to see who fails the other first. I'm stubborn as hell. He's spoiled by too many victories, thinks he's got these two in a bag, forgetting guava trees may bend easily, but they don't break without a crusade. It's too shall pass. Stone in my shoes, sun in my eyes, everything I do, oh, I do it twice. Hammertown breeze, I'm gonna take these anytime blues and turn them into a beautiful symphony for any who's had to crawl to the finish line. There is nobility in struggle, sweet in the sweat of your brows. Blood from bleeding knuckles is the sweetest nectar of all. So long as you didn't step on any toes, it doesn't matter how you get there, as long as you get there. The difficult roads may not be paved with gold, but God knows, Moses without the desert, the Israelite will still be in bondage. So this is the piece that made it into the almanac this year. I'm not going to preface it, just let's do it. What is Christmas to a Muslim? I married a Christian. This was unheard of in Guinea, where I was born. Unlike Guinea, Sierra Leone, where I spent my early growing years, the two religions numbered about the same, and therefore one can expect a bit of mixing. But even there, in the small town where I grew up, I don't remember seeing an interreligious household. But then America happened, or rather I met her. With little regard for our religious differences, on a sunny September afternoon at the Rock Garden in Minneapolis, in front of a small group of our friends and family, we pledged our love for each other. Then the kids came, one after the other. Without discussion, she took them to church. She takes them to church. I took him to the mosque. I take him to mosque. I went to church on more than one occasion. I loved the sermons. She tried to fast with me, but hardly made it past noon still. I thanked her. We are making it work, with no deliberate design. Her family waits for her to convert me, and mine waits for me to convert her. We laugh behind their backs. But I've always stopped at Christmas. Between Jesus' birthday and Santa's beard, I have always regarded Christmas as the line I will never cross. She ignores me. Instead, she takes my money, buys gifts, and writes Santa's name on it. On Christmas, she hands me my package from under the tree and invites my family over for a meal fit for a king. She doesn't have much family in Minnesota, or the country for that matter, so she cooks Christmas meal for the Muslims, I like to say. Well, here we go again. Another Christmas. On Black Friday, she was one of the midnight shoppers. She bought books for the children, along with roller skates, iPhones, play phones, and a PlayStation 4. Then on one of the coldest days of the year, she sent me to get a tree. I should have had my gloves on. But then again, I kept telling myself, being Muslim and all, I have no business being out here in the cold time. To the top of my truck. At first, I tried to shove the tree into my trunk. By the time that proved futile, my fingers were nearly frozen solid. I'm exaggerating, of course, but I was born near the equator. My tolerance is a bit compromised. I took a break and ran back in the car to warm up. Then I came back out and finally realized putting the tree on top of the truck was the only way to go. I had to run back inside to thaw my fingers once again. How I have survived this weather for 20 years is beyond me, I said to myself. In and out I went until I managed to get one string over and around the tree from one side of the truck to the other. God, I hope that's enough to take me across the highway, I prayed. I wonder who answered, Allah or God. Maybe both did, because I made it down the highway to Target and home with no issues. By the time I returned from the garage with the bags of ornaments, the house already smelled of fresh pine trees, and Bing Crosby was singing a Christmas song on the I love it. The smell of pine trees and Christmas songs. But I don't tell her. I'm still cold and still in one of my million crabby moods, as she calls them. Instead, I sat at the table, quietly sipping the tea she made me and watching the children play around the tree, trading hopes of presents they wanted Santa to bring. Then the weekend before Christmas, she said she had a surprise for us. We got in the car and ended up at the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers holiday light show on Lake Fayette. We paid our $10 entrance fee and allowed other cars down the mile and followed other cars down the mile-long drive around the lake, featuring nothing short of Noah's Ark of animals in dancing blue, green, yellow, and red Christmas lights. Palm trees went up like fireworks, trains slid quietly through the snow, a spider web caught a fly, and a dinosaur waved goodbye to us. That's when it hit me. Between those illuminated flying sleds and dancing dolphins, the light snow falling on our windshield, my wife by my side, and our 3 children in the back with the 3-year-old squealing, "Lion!" Christmas is a wonderful season of bringing smiles to loved ones' faces. No one religion should have monopoly over that. Thank you.